President Mueller,
Here.
President Feldman.
Present. All right, the Pledge of Allegiance. Somebody got the flag here?
I have
I
a flag.
pledge allegiance to
To the flag
the flag of the United States
of
of
America
America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
Indivisible.
with
with
liberty
liberty and justice
for all.
for all. Amen.
All right. Public comment. Any public comment, Mary, or people? No, I see none. Is that correct? I don't see anybody.
I don't see any comments.
Okay, well, Michelle just came, I'm not sure. Okay, so item number 4 on the agenda, consider and reaffirm Resolution 2021-06, making findings pursuant to Assembly Bill 361 that the proclaimed state of emergency continues to impact the ability to meet safely in person. So I need a motion to reaffirm that.
I will make a motion for
Okay,
resolution 2021-06, making findings pursuant to Assembly Bill 361 that the proclaimed state of emergency continues to impact the ability to meet safely in person.
I will second that.
okay, we have a second,
Yes,
Lisa.
I will second that.
And Glenn Reynolds has joined us,
Yes.
so he's on board now, so he can.
Okay, Director Coverdale,
Aye.
Director Michelson,
Yes.
Director Reynolds. He's fine.
I guess he's not live yet. Glenn, are you there? I don't see him. Oh, just keep going.
Okay.
We have.
Okay, Vice President Mueller,
Aye.
President Feldman.
Yes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the consent calendar.
So just for the record, for that last vote, it was 4-0 with Director Reynolds still not yet present at the meeting.
Right.
Correct.
4-0. Yeah, he's still not present physically. Okay. We have to not mark him present yet.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Pat. Consent calendar. Any items directors wish to discuss or to take off for later discussion on the calendar?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I
And
reviewed the financial claims and I found them all to be in order, including the
okay, thank you for the
credit card and the petty cash statement.
and the review. Can I have a motion to accept the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second,
I will second.
okay, vote please, Lisa.
President Coverdale, excuse me, Director Coverdale,
Yes, aye.
She needs that.
Director Michelson,
Yes.
Please now.
Director Reynolds.
Shows
Okay,
Glenn disappeared. So,
Maybe he's
okay,
having
so we'll have
difficulties.
to keep him off for this one.
Vice President Mueller,
Aye.
President Feldman.
Yes, so that'll be another 4-0 with him not present. Okay. Next item on the agenda, meetings attendant, director's comments. Anybody have any meetings or comments? Okay, hearing none. We'll go to general business. Item 7, and I'll turn that over to Mary.
And I'm going to defer to James on this one.
Okay,
Thank you, Mary. Board members, as you could imagine, trying to buy a truck right now is quite difficult. We put together a bid package for 3 local dealerships to bid on for a Ford Ranger and also for an F-150. We're looking for a 2022 because the 2023s are looking to be 24 months out. Only James Ford, who's already ordered the truck just because he wanted to get one going months before we even approached him, has a Ford Ranger, a 2022, that's a 4x4. It has the 6-foot bed. It's just a super cab, not the crew cab. So essentially, he was the only one that could bid on a 2022 Ranger. And we want to waive the procedural requirements because it's technically not a sealed competitive bid because the other two dealerships didn't qualify. And the Ford Ranger is $32,690 and it's from James Ford. Right now, Ford is not doing the fleet pricing, which usually makes most districts and agencies buy from them. And that is because of the shortage, the supply chain shortage in the vehicles. So we would like to get your approval for the purchase of a 2022 Ranger from James Ford for the amount of $32,690. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, now Glenn has joined us, so he's in on this one, as far as I can tell. And so any comments or questions from the board?
Mr. Chair, I do have a brief comment. I just thank you very much that we're keeping this business local as much as possible. So thank you to you and staff and James Ford.
Any other?
The price appears to be reasonable, you know, all things considered. It doesn't seem like they're gouging us at all. I mean, it's probably, do you have any idea how close it is to the old program? I would guess it's relatively close to the program before they suspended it.
Yeah, on F-150, we would typically get 10 to 12,000 off, usually around the 10, 11,000 range. Obviously, they can't do that right now because they can't even get trucks.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that we needed it pretty quickly, and if you waited a bit, maybe they'd be able to do something different as time progressed. But it sounds as if it's not really appropriate for us to wait any longer to make this purchase. Is that correct, James?
Yeah, I think it's in the best interest to grab this vehicle while we can.
Okay.
We don't know what the market with vehicles are going to happen, and we'd like to just kind of wait it out and see if the fleet pricing comes back.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I think this vehicle serves us well.
Any other comments, questions?
I can tell you that we recently purchased a vehicle through James Ford, and I kind of felt like we were paying a high price for it because of this, crisis in availability. But I actually went out online and looked in a couple of other states for vehicles. And by the time I lined things up, they were within $2,000
Okay.
on the one that I bought. So
Okay.
it's kind of hard because you get the rigmarole runaround, which we're all tired of hearing, but I think they're being fair. I don't think it's a bargain, but I think being fair, and it's there. If you need it, that's the critical click for me. If it's needed in the inventory, then we should do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we waive the procedural requirements for sealed competitive bids and authorize the general manager to procure a 2022 Ford Ranger truck for $32,690 from James Ford.
Have a second?
Yeah.
I have a motion and a second. So Lisa, you want to take the roll, please?
Director Coverdale,
Yes.
Director Michelson,
Yes.
Director Reynolds,
Yes.
Vice President Mueller,
Aye.
President Feldman.
Yes. Okay. Item B, nominate Director Chris Michelson to serve as alternate special district member on San Mateo LAFCO. We had gotten a letter from them about this, and I'd asked Mary to poll the directors and to find out if there was interest in this. This is her report on that. Mary?
Yeah. So the position of alternate special district member is currently open on the San Mateo County LAFCO. The position became open after Katie Martin, who's from the San Mateo County Mosquito Vector Control District, was appointed to the regular member position. So we recently were notified that the nomination period was open, and Director Michelson has expressed an interest to be nominated.
Okay. So our job is to affirm our agreement with that in this motion. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
then I-
so do we have?
Sure. I can make a motion to nominate Director Chris Mickelson to serve as the alternate special district member on San Mateo LAFCO pursuant to Government Code 56332.
Have a second?
I will second it.
Okay,
I have a comment.
okay. Comment from.
Okay, here we go.
I think Chris is the perfect person for it, but I hope that he isn't the alternate member, but rather becomes a full-on member, because we need a little spunk and a little action over there at LAFCO to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you. That is indeed my hope. Absolutely. You know, having 21 years of special district, I think certainly qualifies you for this, and certainly in full-time position would be awesome. Thank you.
Hopefully to stir the pot, someone shake up.
I'm good at that.
Shake up things. Well, first, this is the nomination, and of course, he has to be elected as that.
Yeah, so we'll see. First step, that's awesome.
First step one, and then hopefully after step one, there'll be a step two. But, okay, let's have a roll call.
Roll call. Director Coverdale,
Enthusiastically, yes.
Chris Mickelson,
Yes, absolutely.
Director Reynolds,
Yes.
Vice President Mueller,
Aye.
President Feldman.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is an update on the Nunez Water Treatment Plant project number 12. James, want to take that over?
Certainly. As you've heard, things have slowed down a little bit on the project, quite a bit actually, because of the supply chain issues. It was mostly working on the electrical, the installation of some conduits and panels, and site cleanup. So it's been basically the electricians. They've been working on the wiring for the electrical system for the sludge system for the SED basin. And then we're looking at, pretty light activity between August and November. Hopefully things will start arriving in November, and we still have an estimated completion date of 2024. And then I'll walk you through the pictures of the project. Left-hand corner, that's the panel that will be serving the sludge system. And then to the right of that, you can see the retaining wall, the soil nail wall. It looks really nice there. The next picture is the conduit running from one end of the plant to the other, or the equipment in the back. Next picture, you can see the edge of the SED basin with the soil nail wall. And then the middle row, that's some of the drainage ditch there that's completed with some of the hydroseed for winterization. Next picture is the overhead conduit going from the generator and MCC down to the end of the plant. And then these are a couple of pictures of the plate settlers inside the new SED basin. And that picture on the very bottom center is actually the back of the SED basin, where we can drive up and unload equipment now if need, or haul equipment to the top deck. So that'll be a big plus. We're moving along as best we can. We've got a progress meeting tomorrow, and I'll know a little bit more about the electrical panels and if they'll be taking much longer than expected, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. Ranger's doing a good job with the situation they have.
Okay, any comments, questions for Jim from the board? John?
Yeah, we're still in the report here. Very good. That January 2024 thing kind of gets us nervous a little bit. So we're still looking at the end of 2023 for those valves to finally show up. For first,
We are.
I'll let you answer that, and then I have a follow-up.
Certainly, yes. We are hoping there won't be any further delays. Ranger will be asking for an extension of time, but they're good contractors. They're smart. They know that they shouldn't really do that until they have some parts secured before they commit to a new end date. But that'll be at no cost to us, the extension of time.
Good, thank you. And my other comment for all of our great staff and contract employees going up there this week. The high school will be opening up, and there's quite a traffic issue concern for the whole Coastside. So I'm sure you're aware of that, but I just wanted to remind us all of what will be going up that Lewis Foster Drive here in the future. So just
Thank
make
you.
you aware. You're welcome. Yeah, and even our contractors.
Okay, thank
Certainly.
you, John. Any other questions from the board? Well, we will hopefully hear at some point more positive news about deliveries and things and availability. But in the meantime, best we can do is to keep our eye on this, do as much as we can with what we can, and go for it as soon as things improve. Try and make up for lost time if possible. Okay, appreciate the update. All right, next item on the agenda is the operations report. And I guess that's James can handle that for us.
I think Mary's next, actually.
I'm sorry, whoops, sorry.
But we can switch if you want.
One sec. I went one page too far. Oh, the general manager's report. Shame on me.
She might like to give it
Totally passed by that one. Okay,
Well-
there's no message there. I just missed it. I turned the wrong page. Okay, go for it.
Well, this one will be quick. I just wanted to put in that we had a very successful 75th anniversary on July 19th. And I attached all of our proclamations that we received. We received special recognition from Senator Josh Becker, who was there, representatives from the governor's office, Supervisor Don Horsley, Mayor Debbie Reddick, and and Congresswoman Jackie Spear. We also, in addition, I think James Teeter was very, honored that we honored him at the celebration. So I think it was a great success. We have put up the history on our website, so I invite you to look at our website. I just have a quick screen. I'll share it, but so you'll see a lot of the same items that we had, banners, but actually this is, it's a very nice addition to our site. So I invite you to look at it.
That's great. Yeah, that was the presentation on the fence on the back of the, next to the tent. Yeah, no, it was great. A lot of information in there that wasn't obvious, and it's good for everybody to have the opportunity to be able to see it and know more about CCWD and its history. And it goes back quite a ways, that's for sure. Okay, comments from the directors about the...
I have a comment if I may, or John is ready.
You go ahead first, Ken, and then I'll follow.
I just want to say that a couple of the things I thought were so exciting. I thought it was wonderful to recognize James Teeter, 62 years working engineering in the district. And it was great to see him there and remember all the things that he designed that have lasted so long. We're making improvements at Nunes, but he was the original designer of that water treatment plant. And it just kind of that was great, I thought. And it was wonderful to see Al Adraveno. Is he 99, John?
Yeah.
99 years old. He served on the district board numerous times. He was mayor 3 times or 5 times of Half Moon Bay. It was just, that's what I thought was so cool. Ev Asher was back. He was a past director. Larmer was there. I mean, to me, that was part of what was so wonderful. And again, Mary did such a wonderful job. Lisa, amazing preparation. Kathleen, marvelous job. And, really our president was so well-spoken at this event.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. He had a sense of humor. He was organized. He made intelligent comments. And it was just, I had a real source of and feeling of pride looking at the people that were there and just witnessing the quality people that are connected to Coastside County Water District. We missed Patrick, but we understand vacation's an important thing when you have a young family. So it was wonderful. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Ken. Other comments?
Yeah, just briefly, Mr. Chair. It might sound a little corny, but I love, and I think all of you do love our Coastside history, as you just showed staff. It was wonderful. I would like to recommend, I don't think we need to have an agenda item, recommend that this sitting board at this point, Lisa can maybe find a new clean program. And when we get a chance to ever get in the office, we could sign by our name for future generations. I just thought that would be kind of neat. Just a thought.
Okay, it's a good idea. I'll leave it to Mary and staff to sort out the approach to doing something like that. It doesn't have to be formal, does it? We just have to.
Yeah. I just thought if we're all dead and gone in the next 75 years, we're going to say, who the hell are those guys?
I'm sorry. I heard the word dead and gone. The word. Okay, well.
75 years, I said.
Okay, well, for the 100th, when we have the 100th, then we can put that picture up. How's that? Does that sound good? Other comments? Chris, Glenn? Anybody?
Well,
I'm just there. You were there. Just wondered what you guys thought.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done.
Okay, thank you. That's good. I think everybody there was probably thought it was well done and enjoyed it too. And it was a good story to tell. And I'm proud to have been able to be associated with that particular event and certainly be in my memory banks for long time to come. Okay, other comments? If not, then we will go to now James Durbin's operations report.
Thank you. I'm happy to say that the
recording in
staff,
progress.
excuse me, I got interrupted by Zoom.
Whoops.
The treatment staff's done an excellent job of managing the water in the Denniston watershed to the point where we're running Denniston now. We've been running Monday through Friday. They've hit a good rhythm with the water that we have. They let the reservoir just recover over the weekend. It relieves the weekend on-call person of a little extra work. And then we check in with Leah, see how he's doing. And we've been getting runs Monday through Friday. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's off now for a little bit of maintenance and catch up for Crystal Springs, but it'll be on the rest of the week. I was just checking to see if we've ever run Denniston in August, and I would say hardly at all in the last decade. So my hat goes off to the treatment staff. They've really got that system dialed, and it's making 1.5 to 2 million gallons a week. So that's great for revenue. We also repaired 5 blow-offs for dead end flushing in-house. Darren did that with the crew. It's a great task to do. Not so easy to farm out. I'm glad the staff did it in-house. I'm sure they did a fine job on that. Class B licenses are now required by DOT that you take classroom time. You used to be able to just study and take the test. So we've found an excellent teacher over in Fremont that has been very flexible for 4 of our staff. And I think half of them already have their permits. So they're moving right along and we'll soon be taking the hands-on test. We did some brush clearing over at the Denniston well sites over off Bridgeport. Again, the remote mower has, it did work in an afternoon that would have taken us 5 days to do. It was fantastic. We asked the neighbors before we did it. They're very happy to see the easement cleared, and we're getting ready to go back there and kind of look at drilling a couple of more wells in the existing spots. I skipped over, we've been doing the SIMS training for instrument command and emergency response. Darren and Sean and Todd and Dustin and I have been doing the online class, and we're moving along with that. It's hard to find time to do that, but it's an important part of our emergency preparedness. Darren Sturdivant applied for a safety award based on the brush mower, and that was kind of prompted by the JPIA Inspector Thor. He saw it and thought it was fantastic and thought we should share it with the other member agencies. So he won an award of $250, and there's a little certificate in the back of my report there. You can see it on the next few pages. I thought it was great to be recognized, and it's been a nice piece of equipment, and I know the crew is very happy to have it, and we appreciate the board support on allowing us to get more done much more safely.
That's great.
We've been using Pillarcitos Lake, Denniston, Wells, and Crystal Springs, mostly Pillarcitos Lake. We are looking good to have water through October, so I'll give you an update when I hear back from PUC on projections. The Cal OES grant funded above ground fuel storage tank at Nunez is complete. We held them to the fire and made them put every little last bracket that we expected to have on there, and they did a good job. We even had a little extra funds that Cal OES was fine with us using because the tank installation came in under budget. We got a full fill up of 5,000 diesel and 1,000 unleaded, and that'll be funded as well. And we've done some solar projects, so when we have power outages, we don't have to scramble to figure out what our tanks are doing at a couple of sites. EKI, Grandview, Highway 1 crossing and main replacement. Notice to proceed was issued in July. Construction should be starting very soon, and completion date expected is end of October. Pillarcitos Crossing, Golden Bay construction is scheduled to start mobilizing next week, and the completion date for that is expected to be in September. Miramontes Point Road design is expected in the fall of 2022. Half Moon Bay tank replacement project, we're waiting for HDR to produce the 100% design, so we're near the finish line on that one as well. And if you have any questions, I'm available to answer.
John?
Yeah, just briefly, the equipment and the green piping stationed on Silver Avenue, is that part of our project going up Glenview, or is that a different project with the steel plates on Highway 1 and all that? I've been asked.
I believe that's PG&E, and the green pipe is either a drainage pipe or I'm not sure if they're using it for conduit. But
Okay.
it looks like that's part of the PG&E infrastructure. I believe getting ready for the Highway 1 North project for the city.
All right, thank you for clarifying that, and we'll be able to share that with people saying, what are you guys doing out there?
I thought that's a steel gas line that PG&E's got staged there. Yeah, that's
the steel line is green. You're right.
Yeah, no, that's a gas line. It's steel. They use steel, and the green you see is because it's a metal steel pipe, and it's not ductile like we use, which has corrosion and resistance. What they do is they wrap it with a special it's like a super tape that's wrapped around it. And it's interesting to watch them put it in, but that's what that is. That's gas line.
Thank you. What a great response back with our wonderful professional staff. Thank you. I mean, board member, not staff yet.
Thanks, Glenn. And then I also want to mention that as part of the city's Highway 1 North project, they've asked us to move a hydrant on Grand Avenue, and they're going to pay all the costs, and we're going to work cooperatively to get that moved, and they will cover all out-of-pocket costs for that. Just thought I'd mention that in case you see that happening soon.
Thank you.
Other comments from other directors? I guess on behalf of the board, let Darren, James, let Darren and staff know how great that is that they got that award from JPIA. It's super. And we appreciate their efforts as usual. Thank you.
Sure, and Darren's generous enough. He's going to buy lunch for the crew with the $250.
Yeah, I was wondering what he's going to do with it.
Perfect.
Is he going to invite the board? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if we'll have enough food.
Oh, all right.
We'll have to figure them out on another day.
We're light eaters. Yes, Sean.
If I may, regarding the James's report on Denison, I think we, I've been talking to the farmer also, Cabrillo Farms, and I thank them for their water conservation efforts out there. But the July fog didn't hurt either.
Oh,
It brought back memories of when we used to get fog on the coast.
right.
So I just appreciate the work. You all work very closely with the family out there. So thank you very much for that.
So we should take it as a positive compliment when they say we operate in the fog. All right. Okay, next on the agenda is Kathleen Brennan. Tell us what's going on in the water resource area.
Well, briefly, the drought is still with us and the water shortage. And there's really not too much of an update other than we're meeting our goals as far as we're seeing in July, we saw about residential GPCD of about 51, and we're asking for a 50. So it looks like our customers are cutting back and saving water. So we appreciate that. And as far as outreach update, SFPUC has a new campaign. They're working with the Giants, and they have a lot of new social media efforts out there regarding the drought and saving water. And so it's considered a regional campaign. So it's not just for San Francisco customers, but it's for the whole regional water system for outreach. And then Bosca is working with Fioli. I guess I always pronounced it Fioli, but I think the correct pronunciation is Fioli. Fioli has a new exhibit called Blue Gold, the Power and Privilege. And it's really quite interesting. We got a few of the representatives from the different member agencies met last week there and got a tour of it, a brief tour of it. And it's very interesting. It shows how specifically with the estate there, how water has played such an important role in the history of the estate. And they have a very clever way of walking you through that and introducing you to it. And I highly recommend it. It's a very good exhibit. And Bosca, they've been having a table out there. I don't know if every weekend, but I know they've done a couple of weekends with a table out there, and to answer questions about water conservation in the region and things like that.
Great.
So so highly recommend it. And I do have and it's on our website under news, a link if you wanted to go to a link to the Filoli's website to get more information about it. And it runs to November 7th, so you have some time. That's it for my report.
Comments by the
Kathleen, quickly, just briefly before we got started, I heard that the State Water Board denied Southern California with more access to the North Water. I don't know if you heard that yet this evening.
No, I had not heard that.
Yeah, I do not have the details. I apologize, but I just got brief wind that the state denied Southern California more of water through the system.
Interesting. Well, there was something on the telly or somewhere about some heavy users down there in Southern California who used 400, 500, 600 times their allocations, and we're getting taken to task on it. But apparently, they have lots of landscaping to water. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate the update.
Yeah,
Kathleen, do you plan to continue to do outreach in some formal manner with distributions of emails or cards or anything to keep the momentum up, to not loosen the pressure on people, so thinking that it's not still an issue of some sort? I'm just asking, is that part of your plan?
Yes, it is part of our plan to continue the outreach. We completed, sending out those letters introducing our customers to WaterSmart, the water reports, and we did see an uptick in people registering for WaterSmart. So that I'll consider that a success. And we did get quite a few calls too regarding the letters. So, but yes, we need to do something to replace that, since those letters are no longer going out. So.
Okay, no, it'd be good just to keep up the information flow. It's always good to keep reminding people that it's still and will be for some time going forward a key issue. And then Mary had mentioned that last month's water use total was significantly less than last year's at the same time. Is that right, Mary?
Yes, I mean,
10
as
million
you,
gallons or something. It was a major number. I mean, the people in this town are really stepping up to this. I mean, I have to give them credit. We've got to thank them for they're doing their job for us, and we appreciate it. So I don't know what.
Yes, at the end, I think, Mary, the end of the fiscal year totals were, yeah.
Okay.
We're 563 versus 600 something last year. I mean, it's
okay, no, they're listening and they're doing it. So we really appreciate the help of the public for their addressing and working with us on this. They're community that's trying to, help.
Yeah, and even for July last year, we sold nearly 62 million gallons in July, and this year we sold 51 million gallons. So,
okay, well, it's a two-edged sword, of course, but we ask and they've done it, so we have to thank them for that. Hopefully, we'll see rain before we get serious about water rates and stuff like that, but we got to do what we got to do. So, sounds good. Anything else, Kathleen?
Well, just to touch on it, Steve Ritchie did at our last BOSCA meeting, he gave all the managers an update, and he did say that he had a conversation with the governor about the San Francisco Bay region and our low per capita use compared to the rest of the state. So when the governor keeps asking for, 15%, 20%, whatever, that, the Bay Area is seeing a little bit of demand hardening because they've done, decades of water conservation, and people have gone to, more water efficient landscapes and high efficiency fixtures in their homes. So,
great.
So, so Steve Ritchie did stick up for us BOSCA members to point out, how low our, even though we may not be meeting that, 15% reduction, if you look at our, our total water use, it is low compared to other regions.
Well, then that's why the per person per day metric is going to be the more important metric.
Right.
Right. And that's what the state's going to be using moving forward,
Great. Well, we're almost on it. That's great. Good to hear that. Okay. Last item is director agenda items, request for future board meetings. Anything anybody wants to share or put on or?
Sure. I have just a quick comment. Is in terms of the drought and the supply chain challenges, I got 8 wells quoted today, and wells that 2 years ago would have been $100,000 are now, the low bid was $250,000. And it's kind of a stunning change. And I thought that since we're in the water business, that our board and staff should be aware that that's what's going on. It turns out that well screen is in short demand. Drillers are in short demand, not the machines, but the men are going to drill oil because of the price of oil. And so This is reflected in a residential water well priced out at $250,000.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting information. So this is certainly causing prices to rise.
Well, that's a great point. It does impact local sources.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, if nothing else, we will adjourn. There's been a shorter meeting than normal. That's good. And see you next month. And talking about some interesting things then, I believe. Yes,
Bob,
sir.
I'm scheduled to be out of town at the time of our next month. It's my 30th wedding anniversary, and I told the boss I'd turn off the phone. So I won't be there. Yeah, better is right. I won't be there. So I'll miss you.
Zoom?
We're actually going to be on a sailboat off the coast of Maine, and by all hopes, the cell service will not be there.
I was going to say, they get you anywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, look, enjoy number 30, and we will see you thereafter. Yes, Mary.
I just want to remind the board that we have a rate study workshop on August 24th.
Right. Okay, we'll see you all.
And to that effect, Lisa, if you could send us out reminders, that would be awesome.
Oh, yes, definitely. Don't worry. I will.
And that one is on my calendar, and no conflict yet.
You don't have any anniversaries that day?
No anniversaries that day.
Okay, I'm just checking.
All right.
If I may, Mr. Chair
Yes,
and staff, those types of meetings, is there any possibility it could be an in-person meeting? Because I know it's difficult, but it's hard to have a good session like that again on Zoom, but we've got to do what's right.
The rate study will be in person.
Okay. Oh,
The August 24th is in person.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't remember. And the location is going
It'll
to
be a hybrid,
it's going to be here
right?
at the office.
Right.
The 24th. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, personally.
Will there be documentation in advance, Lisa, to be sent out to or not?
Potentially.
Okay. Do the best you can. It's always good to have a chance to take a quick look in advance to get your mind set up, but see what you can do. Okay, so we'll see you all in person live, real time, on Saturday night. No, not Saturday night.
Nice try, Bob.
All right, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, be good. Take care. Thanks.
Thank all of you. Bye-bye.